This is a teardown of a Tripp Lite Smart1500XL battery backup. And I think this is an older unit. It's been sitting in my warehouse now for a while. Haven't had time to get to it. Tripp Lite's not one of my preferred brands, so I am not planning on seeing if it's any good. Not to say my preferred brand is better than Tripp Lite, but just I don't know. So this cover here should be the access to the battery panel, but I took out the two screws and I don't see how you open it. You just dump the batteries out. There we go. The duct tape pull tab's interesting. I'm assuming that's not factory. Although it could be, because these are taped down. I should probably be careful where this goes. I'm assuming that's a negative, but I don't know. Yeah, it's a negative terminal. This one's the positive. They sure don't make it easy to get these out. I don't even know. Like, how do they expect you to do that? This one has enough slack to get halfway out. Yeah, positive terminal's off now. And I'm gonna probably let it touch something that's not. Oh, it's a jumper. Okay. Just need to pull harder. That's why. Wow, 3 batteries. I was not expecting that. And they're in series, so that means this was a 36 volt system, which also is labeled for the external connectors, so that tracks. This does use your standard 12 volt 7 or 9 amp hour battery with the larger F2 terminals. I don't think this is factory. I don't know. I would hope Tripp Lite has more respect for themselves than that. Looks like somebody just randomly taped them together. But now that the battery's gone, we'll just double check here. Holding down the power button, press it a few times, hold it down. Doesn't seem to have any juice. And from there, there's 2 screws there. There's 2 screws in the bottom. I feel like there's more than that holding this together, but I guess we'll find out. A big heavy transformer on top. I will give them credit. This is nicer than a equivalent, at least for the most part, an equivalent APC, because something of this general volume would probably be a 2 battery unit from APC, although this is older. Also, the fact that this has an external battery hookup, which is out of frame, little Anderson connector there. That's kind of fun. Yeah, that's a honking huge transformer. Just trying to figure out how to get this apart. I don't want to touch the wrong thing. Thankfully, I have yet to get shocked directly by battery backup. Although I've had a few really close sparks happen to me, which is not fun. Trying to figure out how they put this together. Oop. Well, those must be machine screws. And these are security screws in the back, which I don't think are doing anything. Huh. I really wonder how some of this stuff is assembled. Like, did they zip tie this wire down after they got everything lined up? Because this is just really tricky otherwise. Not so worried about damaging this than I am I like saving parts. I like saving parts that I'll never use. Like these spade lugs with F2 terminals. I will never use those, ever. Probably. Although I could use those on my APCs. They're not shielded though, like the APCs. I like saving these too, even though I'll never use them. Long screws like that. It goes in the bin of screws I will never use. Oop. It's not the right size screwdriver. I don't have the right size screwdriver. It's 4, 5. Everything's going in there. I do have hex drivers though. Looks like 5/16. This might be loud. Oh, I was able to keep it quiet enough. This design is definitely different than what I'm used to. I think we're going to get the transformer out. Losing everything. There we go. There's the front housing. It's really dusty in there. And clearly this has seen a lot of use because this would indicate the fan's been running a lot. Look at this honking huge transformer though. Like there's my out of frame fist next to it. It's like 2 fists, anything but metric. Oh man. Let's see here. I doubt there's any voltage, but just in case. We'll use drill bit. Here. Alright. Oops. Lost my socket. Alright, that should free the majority of the transformer. Just pull off the other connectors here. There's the label. It's made by Winson Enterprises and something CO. I don't know. I'm not pronouncing that. No label saying what it's rated for, but there's some impressive looking windings in there. There's something holding the board in still. Should put on my other gloves so I can get more aggressive. Wiring harness is such a mess. I wonder if I have the security bit necessary to remove those annoying security screws. I don't think it's this. Oh, here we are. Oh god, a piece of dust scared me. I thought a spider was making a run for it. That's the right bit to tighten, but not to loosen. Oh, I hate these security bits. Yeah, I don't have a bit for that. They don't stop people from getting in stuff. They're just annoying. Like, if I want in here, I'll get it in here. Like, I don't know. Just trying to figure out how to attack this. I don't think anyone really cares about the fan and the outlet assemblies, but the board is stuck in here somehow. Oh, there's actually some fun looking stuff in there. Oh, okay. The serial port is holding it in. I didn't realize it was going through the plastic like that. I just thought it was poked through, not screwed into it. Now the board should be loose. Alright, next question is, where do I want to cut this off? Put my gloves on for a false sense of security. And you get a new set of side cutters from the workbench. These razor blade cutters are nice. You don't get quite as close. You miss out on all that good copper. Whole tenth of a penny's worth of copper and leave mine. Let's see if I can free this from its wiring harness. We're going to unscrew all the screws for the heat sinks here real quick. I'm impressed that they soldered the, or not soldered, screwed the heat sinks down. Normally they're just soldered in. Oops. Kind of fun if a person was a tinkerer. Oh. Oh, that's weird. These two heat sinks, the screws are on the inside. So they must have attached the transistors to the heat sink and then soldered them in rather than screwing the heat sinks to the board. Bizarre. Oh well. Also break them off. There we go. More things I'll never save, but shiny. Alright, got that one loose. Little thermistor here that was attached to the heat sink. Apparently that's 110 Celsius? Oh. See if those power transistors are readable. I think they might have been. There we go. There was a whole row of them. So I think those are the same part number. Yeah, they're the same part number. And 25 amp fuses in there, which are inaccessible, and they're soldered to the board. And look at the little bottoms are also twisted, so they can't come out as easily. Under here, this little heatsink is a really big full bridge rectifier from the looks of it. I don't know why it's like that. It's up on stilts. That is bizarre. Just looking here. It looks like it didn't clear the switch, so they just put it up on stilts. Or maybe it's generating too much heat and they had to raise it up. I don't know. I don't think I have my sockets I use aren't deep enough, but maybe I can get it off with this. Probably out of frame. Alright. Let's just see here if we can get this off. Let's take it far enough. There we go. No, wrong size. There we go. Now that the heat sink's off, a little bit better view in there. There's like some paper in between there to, I guess, isolate it from touching anything else. A big controller chip here, looks like, with what to me is a pointless part number. Got thermal paste all over my fingers now. And the chip is made by Microchip. You know what? The thermal paste is going to come in handy, hopefully. Oh, it's a pick. When in doubt, if you smear thermal paste all over the chip, you can read the letters. Look how sharp that is now. Oof. Pick 18F442-I/P. And got some fancy relays made by Zettler. One of these bigger power relays here. Not pronouncing that. Pretty beefy though. 30 amp rated each one. I don't know if those are handling each phase or not, but there's the bottom of the I don't know, power output assembly probably. Lots of isolation for the voltages. I don't really think there's much else to show. I got a couple that's soldered into place. A couple of the random transistors. See if I can snap you free. Thermal paste is all crusty and dusty. Big power resistor there. Oh. Well, that don't look good. It almost looks like that got smoked. Yeah, it might just be dusty. Yeah, the dust just piled up weird there. But yeah, I don't know. That took probably a lot longer than it should have. But hopefully that was interesting, and thanks for watching.